Hey guys, I'm Michael,
I'm Tony.
and this is Blogging with Michael and Tony.
Hello.
So, this is take two, right, Tony?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, this video today is about the letter I wrote to the President of the United States, to Donald Trump. And I wrote this letter, I printed it out, and I sent it off to the White House. Now, according to AI, it does say it's going to take, 4 to 6 weeks, something like that, maybe even up to 8 weeks in total. Before, it goes through security checks, and then Trump's corresponders, go through every single letter, and then they choose which letter. A select few goes to his desk that he actually reads. I'm really hoping that this is one of those select fews. Yeah. So I'm going to read this letter, and this is the letter that I sent in the mail to the White House, and it goes like this. Dear Mr. President, I hope this message reaches you in strength and clarity. I am writing to you with respect, honesty, and a heavy heart. This is not easy for me, but I feel you deserve to hear directly from someone who has stood with you long before politics ever entered the picture. I have believed in you for years, not just as a candidate, but as a man who was never afraid to stand up, speak boldly, and fight for this country. I voted for you all 3 times. I defended you when people around me were quick to criticize. I stood up for you because I believed in your strength, your vision, and your willingness to fight for the forgotten people in this country. My support has never been quiet or hidden. I have your flags, including the one that says fight, 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 with your fist raised high. That was the day he got shot in his ear. I still have the signs from your Too Big to Rig rally at the Greensboro Coliseum in 2024. That was in Greensboro, North Carolina. Those memories meant something to me. In my home, your name is spoken with pride. People know that if they do not like Donald Trump, they probably will not feel very welcome in my home. That is how deeply I have believed in you and what you stand for. But today I'm writing you because something is hurting me and hurting the people around me in a way I cannot ignore anymore. I live in North Carolina, and the gas prices here are breaking people down. Before the conflict with Iran began in late February, our statewide average was around $3.30 per gallon. And in Sanford, where prices usually run a little cheaper, we are paying about $3.25 to $3.30. Even then, families were stretching every dollar and doing their best to keep up. After the crisis started, everything changed. Stations across North Carolina began showing prices above $5 per gallon, and even in Sanford, where we normally get a small break, the increase has been painful. People here are having to make choices no Americans should ever have to make. Gas or groceries, gas or medicine, gas or paying the bills. These are not dramatic stories or exaggerations. These are real families, real neighbors, and real lives being squeezed to the breaking point. Page 2. What hurts the most is this. Even the people who voted for you, who defended you, who believed in you with everything they had, are struggling to keep it going. It is hard to explain to people why gas prices are so high when so many of us are hurting. It is hard to watch families fall behind. It is hard to feel like the people who supported you the most are the ones carrying the heaviest burden. I am asking you from the deepest place in my heart, please make gas prices a priority. North Carolina needs relief. Sanford needs relief. The people who believed in you need to feel seen, heard, and protected. We want to stand strong behind you, just as we always have. But we also need to help. We also need help to make it through the times like this. Thank you for taking the time to hear my concerns. I'll say all this with respect, hope, and a genuine desire to see our country move towards better days. Sincerely, Michael Davis. And then at the bottom it has my address, and you guys cannot see that, but that is the letter that I sent to the White House. I printed it out, put it in an envelope, got a stamp for it, and sent it off to the mail. And I'm really hoping that the President of the United States, Donald Trump, gets to see that. Like it says in the video, I voted for him all 3 times. I believe you did too, right?
Yep.
Now, there's people that voted for him and have stood by him, stood for him. His own people are crying out to him. Please, please hear our cry. We need relief. What motivated me to write this was one night, me and Tony, we went out, and it was almost 11 o'clock at night, almost. We had to make a quick run to the grocery store to get some sodas. And where we live at, by our local food line, there is a Sheetz gas station. As we went to Food Line, I didn't see the gas prices. I knew they had been, getting higher. And I know for a while they kind of stayed steady at $3.99 a gallon. But just one day, it jumped 20 cents. Right now, as we are speaking, right now, this is May 2nd, 2026. It is at $4.19 a gallon for regular fuel, or for regular gas. For diesel, it's over $5 a gallon. Earlier today, I put in premium fuel in my vehicle. It was $4.99 a gallon for premium fuel. For Tony's car, for his 2019 Dodge Charger with the big old V8, he has to use mid-grade.
No more pricier.
I'm pretty sure that's like a 430, 440 right now, something like that.
It's like 430, 440, yeah.
Now, I know why this has happened. It's because of the war with Iran, however you want to say it, tomato. And the closing of the Strait of Hormuz. And the attacks of the ships that go through the Strait of Hormuz. Iran attacking those ships and threatening, the people that transport goods like oil. Now I know we don't get our oil and fuel from Iran, but the places we do get our oil and fuel from use the Strait of Hormuz, and Iran had been attacking those people. Now, I'm not 100% sure why they were attacking them. I'm pretty sure they were probably attacking them to take the goods, like a pirate would do. Well, when Trump stood up and began the war in Iran, however you want to say it, tomato, tomato, things got very serious. And those people that was using the Strait of Hormuz to transfer goods, their life became more in danger than it already was. So the truckers and the boats that were carrying this stuff, the goods, were refusing to use that way of transportation. Because they didn't want to go through somewhere that was bad to be in. They didn't want their life to end over just regular old goods they're transporting. I'm hoping and I'm praying to God above that Donald Trump hears this letter, reads this letter. And all you people on social media, put this out there, share this video. Maybe Donald Trump will hear and watch this exact video. And it only can start with you. Tag the White House. At the White House. Hashtag the White House. Hashtag Donald Trump at Donald Trump. At real Donald Trump, because we all know that's his username for everything. At real Donald Trump. Get this video out there. If Trump himself don't get to read this, then we're going to make sure he watches this video.
No, we're not the only ones affected by this. You guys out there are affected just by it too. You live here in the States, you're affected by it one way or another. And you know that. Like you said, get it out there. If he can't get to the letter, get to the video, because something has to change. Something needs to, something's got to give here, because if not, things are, I don't know, it's not going to be good for a lot of people, and you may end up having more people out on the streets because of something like this than, what people can think.
Now, I don't know if I've said this, because this is second videos, but the way this works is, according to AI, the letter gets sent through the mail. Because we live in North Carolina, it goes to Greensboro, North Carolina, to the sorting facility for the Postal Service, or then it gets sent to Washington, D.C. It goes to an off-site location where it goes through the letter goes through security checks, make sure there's nothing bad or,
Nothing in it.
Nothing in it. Nothing can harm the president or anything like that, or anybody at the White House.
Or any threats to them.
Or any threats or anything like that. There's no threats to this. This is all respect, love, and honesty right here.
Just a concern. That's it.
And then the White House corresponders open every single letter and read every single letter, and they select a few to go to the president himself to read. There's a very small chance that my letter will actually get to the president's desk. But if it does, and it can, so make me very happy that the president himself reads the letter. And if I get a response back, I'll definitely do an update on this video. But you heard me say it. People are choosing between, gas and bills, or gas and medication, gas or groceries.
It's hurting people. It is. We see it around us. There's, neighbors and other, people in the area, we've talked to, and they all said, gas is getting more tight, money's getting tight for them for the gas, or money's getting tight for them, on their bills and stuff, all because they have to put more money in, gas to get to work or get to school or get from here to there, It's hurting more people than, a lot of people think about.
Me and Tony, we fully support Trump and everything he does. And this war with Iran, again, tomato. We also think it was important. But it has also hurt us Americans as well. It has hurt the people that have also voted for him. And his children, his people that have stood by him, and has ignored all of the negative things that everybody has had to say about him, and the people that stood with him stood tall. They are also hurting right now. And I've seen the video, and I've seen what Trump said, that, we're just going to have to deal with the gas prices right now. But he also did say that the war would be over soon. And hopefully that's what happens, that the war is over soon. And according to Trump, he said gas prices will go back to normal thereafter. But see, here's the problem. Everyday people like you, me, Tony, we can't wait that long. Me and Tony will probably get a lot of shit because of who we stand for, who we voted for. But if you ask me, even though we're going through a tough time right now, I still stand with him. He's still the greatest president of the United States, and he's still your president, whether you like it or not. He's still done more for this country than any other sitting president in the United States. The people that are uneducated about what's going on need not to comment. You people you go off of hearsay. You don't actually do research. But for the people that understand what's going on and actually has a brain, you'll be very happy to know that I'm standing for you. I've written this letter hoping that Trump reads it, and that I understand the hurt and pain that you're going through right now. Even the people that dislike Trump, I also understand your hurt and pain. And this is not a This is not a video saying, well, one side is right and the other side is wrong. It's not what this is. Whether you disagree or agree with his policies, we're still all people. We still all have a beating heart. We all still bleed the same colored blood. We're all still people. And if you're an American and you live in this country, you still hurt just as much as I do. And I feel for you. I feel for everybody. But I will not turn my back on President Trump. I will stand for him. This whole thing about, the war, about all the Trump supporters need to go out and be be on the front of the line. You ain't bothering me not one bit. I'd do it in a heartbeat, because I know that even though you don't agree with who I voted for and you don't believe in what I believe in, I know that I'm still fighting for you. Still fighting for this country. I'd be on the front. I'd be on the front end. Or the front line, sorry. I'd be more than willing to be drafted. What do you have to say about any of this?
No, you said it right. You'd be on the front line. I'd be on the front end. I'd still be up there, but good luck, buddy. I'm right behind you. Just about 30 spaces behind you. Right behind you.
You just don't want to be shot. That's all.
Yeah. I'll come in for the snapshot later on. So I'll come in for the kill afterwards. I mean, honestly, you hit a lot of points that it's really, it would sound like I'm just being like a broken record, because there's a lot of things you said that I probably would say too. The gas prices, like I said at the beginning, mine, is a little bit higher compared to what, you and most people, normally would pay. So, it's already hitting me, like crazy. And even though my car's in the shop, even once I get it back, God forbid this, it's still going on, but, hopefully it'll be done soon and, can go back down. But even if not, my first, fill up again is going to be around $70-$80, and it's sad to say, but I'm going to have to, if I want to continue to drive, I'm going to have to put that in there. Is it going to hurt me? Yeah, but I'm hoping that eventually stuff like this goes down. But that's just my own opinion saying that. But from there, the war itself, do I think that it was necessary? To a point, yes. Only because of the fact that, we've had presidents and people in the past where they just kind of, in a sense, and I'm going to paraphrase when I say this as an example, but to kind of go to it, Iran pretty much told us to shut up, and we pretty much listened to them. We turned our heads and walked away. We now have a president that he got told to shut up, and he said no. He said, you're going to shut up, and you're going to take this. You're going to deal with what I have to say now. And the fact that we have somebody that's willing to stand up for us, compared to a lot of the other presidents, it makes me proud to, to be here. It makes me proud to, be American kind of thing. I've always been proud in general, but having somebody can stand behind, definitely makes you proud. Even gas prices go up, all that is one thing, but everything else, I've seen a lot of other things kind of go down, or I've seen, things get better as a whole. That's really the only thing that's hitting us is the gas right now. That's the only thing I've seen.
Well, in North Carolina, we have the two biggest things we have right now that's hitting us really hard is the energy market. So, electric, the very high prices in electric companies like Duke Energy
Yeah, no.
And then we have. Well, see, you don't know nothing about that because you live with me. You're in a room for me, so you don't have to pay the light bill. I do.
No, but
So-
I mean, I've had to pay it before. I've had to
When you lived
jump
on your
in.
own,
I had that, and I had to jump in, with my parents and help them before too with it. So I'm not.
my light bill every month is, anywhere between $270 and to $400, and that's every month. It varies in that range, and everything, all the lights I have is all LED lights. Everything I have in my house is all energy efficient. Has the energy rated star on it.
So it's made not to use as much energy compared to like a normal water bowl.
But what really hurts me is during the summer times is, that's when I get that $400 light bill because of heating or cooling. Actually cooling. The unit stays on all the time. And granted, I do stay in a mobile home, but I would say this mobile home is one of the better mobile homes than you see. It's very well insulated. It has brick underpinning. Ductworks are great, but the problem is I have no trees around, so the home is basically just being beat on by the sun all day. It's an 80-foot trailer with no trees around it, with a 2.5-ton unit. So that's why it stays so hot. It isn't because it's not insulated or it's a mobile home. This is one of the better mobile homes that I personally know that is very well insulated, and but you had said about other presidents just kind of took whatever Iran was giving us, basically. Something I wanted to point out, you go back in time, you go back in history, and you watch videos of Obama, Biden, the Clintons. Every one of them has said that they were going to step in and stop Iran. Yet not one of them did it. And whenever they were talking that, you guys were all for it. But now that Trump has did it, you guys are all against it.
It's a problem now because Trump did it.
I saw a meme the other day. It says Trump was in the ocean. He was saving a boy from a shark. And people are on the beach side with signs saying, Trump starves sharks. Trump is starving the animals. But Trump just saved the little boy from being eaten by the shark. That's kind of what we're going through right now. So, you guys comment. You let me know what you think.
But out of all, I mean, I still, I hope that he sees this. Hope something changes. And no matter what, I still stand behind him. He's still my president.
Still my president, too. And if he finds some kind of loophole in the Constitution that allows him to run again, guess what? Guess who'll be at the polls voting for him again? Me and Tony both.
Yep.
And then my fiance that's in the house right now, she'll be there too voting for him.
Yep.
So, but yeah, that pretty much ends this video. We're glad you guys stuck around to listen to us and listen to and let me read off the letter that I wrote the president. Regardless of your political beliefs or who you voted for, we still love you here at Blogging with Michael and Tony. We still love you. And we still care about you.
We understand the hurt. So.
Because we're all going through it.
Yep.
Instead of us being divided, we need to be united. Doesn't matter the color of your skin, who you voted for, your sexual orientation, or who you have sex with or who you voted for or what you like and what you don't like. We need to come united. That's the problem with this country. A lot of it is we're so divided. I don't care who you are, you're still a person to me. I was raised in a racist household, but I didn't like that I did not let that affect who I am as an adult. I did not let that carry on as an adult. I was raised against blacks and Hispanics. But you see, one of my best friends is Hispanic right here.
I'm white, thank you.
You're mixed with white and Hispanic.
Don't you tell them that. Don't you give out my secrets.
My point is, don't let your hate, your taught hate, affect who you really are. Because all of us has love in us to give. With that being said, my name is Michael,
I'm Tony.
and thanks for watching. Peace. You guys know my remote.